I knew that we would probably not have children today, but you're still getting a message because I discovered something about this congregation. You have never heard the story of the UCC congregation in Pennsylvania that saved the Liberty Bell. And it's a long story, so I'm going to do the Précy version. But John Jacob, early in the morning, limped to the door. His brothers and sisters had just woken up, and he said, "Can I tell you a secret?" They said, "Yes." He said, "But you can't tell anyone." He said, "I've been to Philadelphia." They said, "Philadelphia?" They said, "Yes." It was at night when Papa and I took our horse and our cart and went to Philadelphia. We were asked by a colonel in George Washington's army because the British were coming to Philadelphia and everyone in the city was scared. And they knew that the British wanted all the metal in the city so they could take it and melt it down to make cannons. And the piece of metal they wanted the most was the great bell of the State House. And so, late at night, we started to Philadelphia. And we got there, and we saw the bell, and we started to put it in our wagon. But the bell is really big. And so we had to camouflage the bell. So we took manure and straw and potato sacks and even a hoop skirt and put it on the bell so that nobody would know, especially the British, what we were doing. And we began to come back home. But it took us a long time, so we had to camp out a couple of nights because we couldn't go too fast because the bell is big and heavy. And one night, we heard hoof steps, and people said, "Who are you? What are you doing? In the name of George Washington, tell me who you are." And we came upon the Continental Army, and we told them what we had in the cart. And so the army brought the bell back to our town. And while we were coming to town, Reverend Bloomer of Zion Reformed Church, now Zion Reformed United Church of Christ, was in the sanctuary pulling up the floorboards. And they put the bell under the floorboards of the sanctuary to hide it from the British, so that while the congregation prayed, the bell of liberty supported them. This is a real story. There are some lores, like historians are pretty sure that straw and manure were used to hide the bell, probably not the women's hoop skirt, but it makes a great story. They think they know the family who went, but they're not exactly sure. But yes, the bell was hidden in what is now Allentown's Zion Reformed United Church of Christ. And yes, it was actually there until the Continental Army retook Philadelphia. The State House became Independence Hall. But I thought on this weekend of the 4th of July, you all needed to know the UCC's part in saving the Liberty Bell. And it's a great children's book. So